All right, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So, as you know, my voice don't usually sound like this, but we're working on fixing that, right? And it takes time. Health is wealth, and we'll be taking care of our health. So, we're taking today off. No morning thoughts live, just so we can rest a little bit and recuperate. And we will definitely see you tomorrow morning for Festive Fridays on February 28th, 2025, if God spare we life. In the meantime, though, we're going to talk low, and drag that one here. See? It look like my Jamaican brothers and sisters are really, really not learning. It really look like some people just don't care. It look like some people have to actually touch the fire and the fire burn them for them to understand say fire burns. A Jamaican national is behind bars in Mississippi for allegedly trafficking a very large quantity of drugs. It's not no allegedly, them catch him with the drugs and we have the picture of the drugs and him stand up beside the drugs and the drugs has been tested and it is drugs and all these things. So it's not allegedly, but we still use the word allegedly. Now, before we even get into all the details of this, Mississippi though, bro, of all the places, Mississippi. Listen, when you hear about the deep south in the United States of America, there are certain places you don't go to frig around, especially if you are black, and worst if you are immigrant black. Mississippi, your kind don't belong around here, boy. What you do around these parts, boy? Mississippi. Mississippi where them tie man to the back of them truck and drag them. Mississippi. This is where this Jamaican chose to go get catch. Well, I don't think he chose to get caught there. I think he thought he was going to be able to slide through Mississippi with this large quantity of drugs. And boy, it never worked out too good for him. So, according to a report from the Criminal Investigation of the Pontotoc County, me bumbo clot. Yo, pardon me, but I have to laugh. The place name is Pontotoc. Say a Bakawal him gone. According to reports by the Criminal Investigation of the Pontotoc County Sheriff's Department, a deputy conducted a traffic stop on Interstate 22. During this traffic stop, more than 715 pounds of marijuana and over 26,500 marijuana infused gummies. Those weighed another 440 pounds were seized from this brother's luggage. Jermaine Barrett, boy Jermaine, you could have stayed in Jamaica and avoid all this, because the way them both will haul and pull you see, bro. And then, of course, deportation is absolutely sure after this. But the haul and pulling you're about to get, me sure, while you're going through it, let me just say, may God give you the strength to make it through this one, because you're going to need it. In a Mississippi too, the way them are going to drag you, oh God. Jermaine Barrett, who is reportedly living in Nevada and is in the United States on a work visa, was arrested for trafficking a controlled substance. 715 pounds of marijuana and over 26,500 marijuana infused gummies weighing over our next 440 pounds. This is this actually second or third time we've done this is the second or third time we've done a story about individuals who are in the US on work visas. I guess the people them take the work visa and say work is work. And whether it's transporting ganja or cocaine or selling guns or whatever the case may be, is still work. It's not this kind of work them giving you the work visa to come here to do. So I don't know why y'all are using the work visa to get caught up in this, which, by the way, makes it 10 times worse for your fellow countrymen and women who are also seeking a work visa. After a while, they're going to say, well, we've given a lot of work visa to Jamaicans, and we've found a large amount of Jamaicans taking the work visas, coming to the United States of America, only to get caught up in drug trafficking. And a lot of the times they are found far away from where they are supposed to be working or what state they told us they were going to be in. This brother right here is supposed to be in Nevada. Nevada is somewhere out by California side, right? What are you doing in Mississippi with all this so-called drugs on you? Now I know a lot of people are saying free up the herbs, man, and as long as it's not cocaine. But you have to understand that these different places have their different laws. I can be perfectly legal carrying my firearm in the state of Florida. If I leave my permit and I venture into Georgia, which is the next state over, and I get pulled over by Georgia state troopers and they find me with that gun, I am in possession of a legal firearm because I don't have any paperwork to say I am allowed to carry that firearm in the state of Georgia. It goes the same way for marijuana. You could have a marijuana card in the state of Florida, a medical marijuana card, but you can't take your marijuana and the card into Georgia because it is not recognized. But we have to learn these things. This right here obviously is no personal use amount. He is definitely trafficking. Him one sit down and burn off 715 pound of ganja. Well, at this point him can try. Him can tell the police that officer me smoke weed like how Bob Marley used to smoke it, and I'm a personal use this, and when me can't smoke it, me yam the gummies them. So me did have an extra 26,500 of them, an extra 440 pounds of gummies for one time me 715 pound of weed run out, me just yam some of the gummies them. It might work for you, Jermaine Barrett, but I don't think it's gonna work. I wish you all the best though. So anyways, they said that Jermaine is in the US and he's here on a work visa, and he was arrested for trafficking of controlled substance. The police said that the value of the drugs that they took from Jermaine is estimated at 2 million US dollars. I guess Jermaine said go big or go home. I guess Jermaine say, say a one trip me want, a one lick and go in the father. And it done, right, that's all, me granny. Now, it is believed that the illicit substance were being transported from California to North Carolina. No additional information was provided so far up to this point of this information being given. He's transporting, according to law enforcement, from California to North Carolina. My God. Somebody take Jermaine for fool, and give Jermaine all this drugs for carry. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about the implications and the immigration situations under Donald Trump madness where him have a go on right now. His strict immigration policies right now. Y'all already know, right? Now, let me give y'all an idea. Because a lot of you are going to say, a little weed them catch him with, it's probably not going to be that much. They'll probably just straight up deport him. If only that was true, my friend. If only that was true. In the state of Mississippi, I went to their legal site. It says that any person caught trafficking controlled substance in the state of Mississippi shall be guilty of a felony and upon conviction shall be imprisoned for a term of no less than 10 years. That is their mandatory minimum. You know what mandatory minimum is? It means the judge cannot change it. The judge can't look at you and say, well, this was his first offense, and Harry is a good boy. So we're just gonna go ahead and give him 2 and hope he learns his lesson. No, it is set on the books in Mississippi that a mandatory minimum of 10 years should be served. No more than 40 years, though. That's what the law says. And they shall also be fined no less than 5,000 US dollars, but no more than 1 million US dollars. So, starting out with that, knowing that they have a mandatory minimum of 10 years and no less in that state, boy, what can we say? What can we say? You know, other than Jeremy Barrett, I'm sure Jamaican parents no know say that him they are foreigner though. They're probably home in Jamaica saying, yes, my son, they are foreign, you know. Him gone up on the work visa, man, him soon come back. Him up there work hard and earn a little money, you know. And Jamaican up here thinking he can get rich overnight. Jamaican, a lot of us been here for many, many years. And we pre them angles there already. But we already know how the law enforcement work. We already know say things have changed. This is not back in the days. Surveillance is different now. Technology and the ability to detect is different now. The snitching network is different now. So, boy, you're gone, Jermaine. In further news, it says that an arrest by Pontotoc County Sheriff deputies on a traffic violation Sunday, February 23rd, after afternoon on Interstate 22 near Sherman resulted in a drug trafficking arrest and the confiscation of a total of 1,160 pounds of illegal marijuana, which included 450 pounds of marijuana gummies, according to Pontotoc County Sheriff Leo Mask. So it's a traffic violation. Make them pull him over, you know. Changing lanes without putting on your turn signal. Speeding. Anything over the speed limit. Running through a stop sign instead of coming to a complete stop. Traffic violations. Also, you know why them things are dangerous? You could make sure everything is perfect, everything is in place, right? You see, the minute you roll out on the road and the vehicle is in perfect working order, guess what normally happens? One of your backlight them blow out. That little damn bulb will send you to prison. This is for future reference for those who might be thinking about still doing this. That little backlight that turn on as your blinker, your flashlight, for when time you go left or right. And then you put it on in the car, you know, turn on your indicator, swear you turned right, and you're going to make your turn, and there's no light in the back. And the police notice you making a right turn or left turn with no signal, and next thing you're pulled over, and from there, the rest is history. Prison, you're there. Why take the risk? You know? Now, this is a large amount of ganja. 1,160 pounds, the man say, a big things him a deal with. Sheriff Mark said that hundreds of bags of shrink-wrapped marijuana and 4 very large bags of marijuana gummies were confiscated from a Mercedes van. That's another reason to not go. I wish I could have tell this Jamaican brother something. Driving through the South, if you're driving with a foreign plate, or when I say a foreign plate, I mean like an out-of-state plate. If you're in a luxury vehicle, like a Mercedes Sprinter van or something, you're going to get pulled over somewhere along the line because these towns are very small. Most people know who lives in or comes in and out of them. And when they can't recognize or rectify who you are, they pull you just to be curious. Don't ask me how me know, But I can tell you that I've been through all these places and get pulled on a regular basis, and it was just them trying to figure out who is this black Mercedes-Benz ML350 with a Florida plate driving through this part of Texas, or driving through this part of Carolinas, or driving through this part of Alabama or Mississippi. Me get pulled over in all them places here already. But in hindsight, right? Because it's too late for him now. So the Mercedes Benz truck was pulled over, and it had hundreds of bags of shrink wrapped marijuana and 4 very large bags of marijuana gummies, which were confiscated from the Mercedes van. The driver of the van, identified as 31-year-old Jermaine S. Barrett of Nevada, has now been charged with trafficking of controlled substance. Sheriff Mark said, or Sheriff Mask has said. He told the news media that he told us that he's from Jamaica and that he picked up the marijuana in California and he was driving it across country to North Carolina. So him done I tell already everything. They're not guessing, he's telling them, according to the police report. He says he's from Jamaica. He says he's here on a work visa. He says that he picked up the marijuana in California and he's driving it to North Carolina. I bet say him tell them who him pick it up from in California. Boy, when trouble take your picnic boot, fit you to rotted. Can't see him with him size 13. Them a try squeezing at the size 6. Me granny, he told them everything. Where him come from, where him get it from, where his destination is. He told us he was from Jamaica. His only identification he had on him at the time was a state of Nevada investigator's license. Those 2-inch squares of orange and red marijuana gummies are super potent, and they would be life-threatening if they were consumed by children, mistaking them for candies, said the sheriff, after testing the potency of the gummies. The illegal marijuana was valued at $2 million. The arrest occurred around 4 p.m. Law enforcement officers involved in the arrest and confiscation included the Chief Deputy Randy Roberts, Deputies Wade Sutton and Luke Collins, Investigator Ryan Roberts, and Sheriff Leo Mask. In the state of Mississippi, they do not play. This is the plug. This Jamaican right here is the plug. And to be in the US on a work visa, this is obviously not his drugs stash. Whoever saddled him up with this much has a whole lot more and probably have more runners than him, because the coast has to be supplied. So when one plug get hit, the other plug might make it through instead, right? They'll be caught up with him and they'll be satisfied with a drug bust, while another plug goes through with twice the amount that he was carrying in the first place. That is actually a part of how the game goes. Well, like I said before, I can bet money say he would probably prefer to be in Jamaica right now, chilling, than to be in the position he is in right now. Because they're going to haul and pull him. And let's talk about Donald Trump's immigration right now. These are exactly the people who they're trying to get rid of. So him getting deported is absolutely sure. But not before he is given time. Because them love put you in a prison, you know. Remember, for them to put you in prison, a prison institution collects money to house you as a prisoner. So it is in their best interest to keep you for a while, make some money off you for a while, and then send you go back to your yard. I hope him good in a Jamaica. But bigger than that though, I hope him survive prison in Mississippi. Mississippi ain't no joke. Go do your research. You will see. Leave this one right here, right now. And like me said, the voice not too good, so we're gonna rest today. And we will see you tomorrow morning on Morning Thoughts Live. Festive Fridays if God spare our life. Alright? I'm out. Peace.